Hi, so my name is Kaushal Shah, and today I'm going to talk about some of the product-related FAQs that we usually receive from the customers. And these are either existing customers or the prospective customers or just newly joined customers to eVital. And what we are going to focus about is the why portion, why we are doing certain things certain ways. And this is a collection of FAQs. So this is going to be in some few parts, but we are going to address one by one, and let's see if we can do this successfully. So one of the most common question we receive from the customers is that, why don't we create an offline version of eVitalRx as well? And one of the main thing, the reason we or if it's not completely offline, at least when the internet goes out, why doesn't eVitalRx basically also provide a hybrid approach where a chemist can keep billing from the offline version as well, and when the internet becomes available, it goes back to online cloud, that is. And then, sometimes they also argue saying that some other software provides that and so forth, some sort of hybrid version. Now, hopefully, I'm going to address that question. So, first of all, asking eVitalRx to create an offline version is like saying, why don't you use Postcard while you can all use WhatsApp? So, in my opinion, we want to create a better product, better technology, using better technology. So WhatsApp is clearly much better than Postcard for those who even know what postcards are at this point. The other more important, aspect is that in India, as everybody knows, that India is one of the cheapest internet in the whole world. Literally, I think we rank about second cheapest internet in the world. And more importantly, every day internet is in India is becoming more and more reliable and more cheaper, right? So 15 years ago, when I used to live in India, internet was not that reliable. It goes back and forth. Now internet has become sort of a commodity or even a utility like electricity or water. And in a lot of cases, internet is actually more easily available than electricity and water. So, we always think that if it's only going to get cheaper and more reliable, why bother building something outdated, which is an offline? And then, of course, the question sort of changes itself, saying that why don't you offer a hybrid approach? When the internet is available, of course, most of the time it will be cloud, then why don't do something offline? One, even if you lose 1% of the time internet, like, so let's say if it's 100 days and one day you lose an internet, or even 2%, for that, it's a lot of work to create an offline backup for that. Two, which of course users can say that, look, it's not a valid argument, but my more justification is that you know once you create an hybrid approach, what happens is, even if the internet becomes slow or something and it starts creating an offline versions, what happens is the syncing between the two becomes very, very important, right? So every time you make a bill, it's an invoice. Because it's online, I have to also store a local copy, so the software also has to store a local copy on your software. And then if the internet goes down, it has to pick up from the local copy and start creating a bill from that. And then as the internet becomes available, it has to go back online. And this hybrid approach works until it does not, right? So a lot of syncing copies becomes a problem. Every time there's a mismatch in data. What if you lose an internet in the middle of the bill, right? You're still billing, or you're entering a purchase or something larger. What if you lose an internet in between? So all those questions are very messy, and that is probably why, in my opinion, that a lot of other softwares that have tried that has sort of failed miserably in keeping the data clean. And that is probably why we don't want to do it. If you have used eVitalRx enough, what it tells you right away, that is, either it's a slow internet or no internet, so immediately to stop or something. The reason is also mobile, right? So even if you lose an internet at home, at a shop, the mobile internet is almost never absent, right? You test all the features at like as low as like 7 megabytes per second speed, which is half of what you get usually on your phone. And hence, that should not be a problem at all, even using hotspot or on a mobile or something. So, those things should help. And, one of the reason I wanted to address this as well, that when we brought cloud to pharmacies first time, 4 years ago, a lot of customers were scared saying that, in that case, what do we do? And, we thought about it. One of the main reason people worry about this thing is because most of the businesses, small business in India had their experience with web portals limited to government portals like, income tax or TDS or GST or something, or public banks like, SBI or Bank of India or something like that. And admittedly, they don't do a good job of managing their servers properly. And hence what happens is a lot of people start building ideas that any web portal can go down anytime, whereas they completely miss the point that products like Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, Instagram, they almost never go down, right? If they go down, it's for an hour or 20 minutes or 5 minutes, even not even an hour, actually less than 5 minutes for like every 2-3 years, if that. So, we also guarantee that same thing, 99.9% of the uptime. We decided that we don't need to really make an offline version or hybrid version. We stick to the online version only.